word wizards and speaking superstars, welcome back. I'm your host, Sarah, absolutely thrilled to share the insider secrets to building a powerful English vocabulary fast and unleashing your inner confident speaker.
And greetings, Fluency fanatics! It's Peter, your trusty guide to making memorizing English words feel less like a chore and more like a superpower that directly fuels your improve speaking English journey.
Today, we're tackling the dynamic duo of vocabulary acquisition and speaking fluency. Our topic is how I learned to memorize English words fast and improve speaking. Prepare for actionable tips and engaging strategies to make learning English vocabulary stick and your spoken English shine.
Exactly, Sarah. It's not just about stuffing your brain with endless words. It's about making those words your active allies in conversation. We'll reveal the techniques that helped us and countless others conquer the Learn English Vocabulary Challenge and speak with newfound confidence.
So, Peter, let's cut to the chase. What's your number one tried and true method for making new English words stick in your memory, and quickly?
For me, it's all about visual association for vocabulary. Instead of just staring at a definition, I conjure up a crazy, unforgettable mental image linked to the word's meaning. If I'm learning gregarious, vocabulary for social people, I might picture a group of geese having a wild party. The sillier the image, the easier it is to recall the English word meaning.
That's brilliant. It transforms abstract words into concrete, memorable experiences. Pro tip number 1 for memorizing vocabulary. When you encounter a new English term, don't just read its definition. Close your eyes and create a vivid mental scene or a mini comic strip that represents its meaning. What's another top-tier vocabulary learning technique?
Harnessing the power of mnemonics for English learners. These memory tricks use rhymes, acronyms, or catchy phrases to lodge words in your brain. To remember necessary, common English spelling mistakes, I learned, never eat crisps, eat salad sandwiches, and remain young. It's silly, but it helps with English spelling and recall.
Mnemonics are like little mental hooks for words. Pro tip number 2 for how to memorize words. Get inventive with your mnemonics. The more personal and outrageous they are, the more likely they are to stick in your English memory. What about building connections between new and familiar words?
Leveraging word families and roots to expand vocabulary. Understanding how English words are related unlocks a whole network of meaning. If you know benevolent, positive English adjectives, learning beneficial, benefit, and benign becomes much simpler because you recognize the root ben, meaning good or well. This is key for fast vocabulary building.
It's like finding the master key to a whole set of English vocabulary. Pro tip number 3 for expanding English vocabulary. When you learn a new English word, take a moment to explore its related forms and its root meaning. This drastically accelerates your Learn English vocabulary journey. Now, how do we transition from just knowing these words to actually using them fluently when we improve spoken English?
This is where active recall for vocabulary and spaced repetition for English learners are crucial. Don't just passively reread your English vocabulary lists. Force yourself to remember the meaning of a word without looking. Spaced repetition apps like Anki schedule reviews at increasing intervals, reinforcing English word retention over time.
Spaced repetition is like a personal trainer for your memory. Pro tip number 4 for improve English speaking. Use flashcards or a vocabulary builder app with spaced repetition to actively test yourself on new English words at increasing intervals. This strengthens your English word recall and prepares you for speaking. How do we then put these words into action in real English conversations?
Deliberate speaking practice to build fluency. Don't wait until you feel ready to use new English vocabulary. Actively weave them into your conversations, even if it feels a bit clunky at first. Practice with language exchange partners, online tutors, or even by having solo dialogues with yourself to improve conversational English.
Those solo speaking sessions can be surprisingly effective for building English speaking confidence. Pro tip number 5 for how to improve English speaking. Make a conscious effort to use 2 or 3 new English words in every speaking practice session, no matter how brief. How can we make English vocabulary learning more engaging?
Learning vocabulary in context is paramount. Encounter new English terms by reading engaging articles, watching captivating videos, and listening to interesting English podcasts. When you see or hear a word used naturally, you're more likely to remember its meaning and usage for real English conversation.
Context makes English words come alive. Pro tip number 6 for learn English vocabulary effectively. Instead of studying isolated English word lists, try to learn new English vocabulary from compelling stories, articles, or dialogues. How do we ensure we're not just passively recognizing words but actively using them?
Summarizing and explaining English concepts in your own words is a powerful tool for fluency. After reading or listening to something, try to retell the main points using the new English vocabulary you've encountered. Explaining the meaning of a new English word to someone else, real or imaginary, solidifies your understanding and makes it more readily available for spoken English.
That forces you to actively process and utilize the English language. Pro tip number 7 for improving English fluency. After learning a new English word, try to explain its meaning and create your own example sentence either verbally or in writing. What's a fun way to reinforce your English vocabulary?
Gamify your vocabulary learning and make it social. Use English learning apps with game-like elements or challenge your language buddies to English vocabulary quizzes. Injecting fun and friendly competition can supercharge your motivation and English word retention.
A little linguistic sparring can be highly motivating. Pro tip number 8 for memorizing English vocabulary. Explore English vocabulary apps that offer game-based learning. Consider organizing a weekly English word challenge with a friend. And finally, how do we bridge that gap between knowing English words and speaking fluently?
Prioritize fluency over perfect accuracy in your initial speaking attempts. Don't get bogged down trying to use every new English word flawlessly. The primary goal is to become comfortable using them in communication. Accuracy will naturally improve with more English speaking practice. Ultimate pro tip for speak English fluently. Don't be afraid to make mistakes when you speak. It's a crucial part of the English learning process. The more you speak, the more seamlessly those new English words will integrate into your spoken English.
That's such an empowering reminder. Fluency is the initial goal.
Exactly. By combining these potent memory techniques with consistent English speaking practice and making your English vocabulary learning engaging, you'll be memorizing English words fast and speaking with greater confidence and fluency than ever before.
These are truly game-changing strategies, Peter. I feel like our listeners are now equipped with the ultimate toolkit for English vocabulary mastery and speaking improvement.
My absolute pleasure, Sarah. Now go forth, vocabulary virtuosos, and unleash your powerful English speaking skills.
Join us next time for more exciting explorations into the world of the English language.
Keep learning, keep speaking, and keep exploring. You've got this.
Thanks for tuning in. Keep practicing, and for more English lessons, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.